Hey everyone, it's Pastor Dave from St. John in Woodbury, Minnesota. Thanks for checking out today's 5 Minutes of Hope. Now, if you routinely check out these video devotions, we thank you for that. Hopefully, you are being blessed by these. But you also may have noticed that the one that went up yesterday on a Wednesday, which we normally don't do, it said that I'll talk to you in a couple of days. So, funny story with that one. We actually recorded that on Tuesday, but due to some horrible internet and some computer issues, it took about 24 hours to actually load that thing. It was a very challenging thing for a very short video. So that's why I didn't get up until yesterday. So again, we're glad you checked that out if you got a chance to check it out. But like I said, we hope that these have been a blessing to you. And I hope and pray that your week is going well, especially as we get close to the end of the week. But as I say each time, my biggest prayer for us, my biggest prayer for you, especially during these very challenging times with all that's going on, is that you are indeed filled with peace, with joy, and with hope, because you know exactly what Jesus has done for you. So as always, with our devotion, I have our joke of the day, as well as some thoughts on the importance of choosing good over evil. Freudian slip, almost said choosing evil. We don't want to do that. So first, our joke of the day, and again, we are very close to the election, so here's a little political joke that I think you'll enjoy. So there's these two politicians in Washington. They carpooled together to a meeting, but unfortunately, when they got there, they accidentally locked the keys in the car, and also, unfortunately, there were some very important papers in that car that they needed for the meeting. So one of the politicians says, well, why don't we just go get a coat hanger, get a wire hanger, and then we can jimmy rig it and then use it to pop open the car. And the other guy says, no, we can't do that, because if someone sees us doing that, they'll think we're trying to steal this car. So the other guy thinks for a little bit and says, well, why don't we take my pocket knife and cut away the rubber around the window, and maybe we could stick our fingers underneath that and pop the lock that way. And the other guy says, no, we can't do that, because then people would think that we're too stupid to know how to use a coat hanger to get into a locked car. And then the other guy thinks and says, well, we got to come up with something quick. The top to our convertible is down and it's about to rain. There you go. Politician joke. It's a little cheesy, but I thought it was good. So I'll make sure to have a good one next Tuesday on Election Day when we put up our 5 minutes of hope. I'll make sure it's a really good joke for you. Lighten your mood. We're all going to need it that day. So again, like I said, our devotional thoughts today are on the importance of choosing good in every decision over evil, and the effects that it could have. And this comes from actually C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis, I read snippets of his writings each day, and this one came in a couple of days ago, and I want to share this with us. It's very powerful. I think it's been very poignant with what's going on right now. So I'm going to bring it up on my computer. Let's see if I can find it right here. So here he writes, again, this is from his book, Mere Christianity. He says, though Christian charity sounds a very cold thing to people whose heads are full of sentimentality, and though it's quite distinct from affection, yet it leads to affection. The difference between a Christian and a worldly man is not that the worldly man has only affections or likings, and the Christian has only charity. The worldly man treats certain people kindly because he, quote, likes them. The Christian, trying to treat everyone kindly, finds himself liking more and more people as he goes on, including people he could not have imagined himself liking at the beginning. And so this next part is kind of where he really gets to the heart of this. He says the same spiritual law works terribly in the opposite direction. The Germans perhaps at first ill-treated the Jews because they hated them. Afterwards they hated them much more because they had ill-treated them. The more cruel you are, the more you will hate. And the more you hate, the more cruel you will become, and so on in a vicious circle forever. Good and evil both increase at compound interest. That is why the little decisions you and I make every day are of such infinite importance. And so again, what I'm going to encourage us to do is, as we think about this idea, especially again with all the divisions, all the issues going on in our world right now, that I think Lewis brings up that point that even the smallest act of kindness, of love, of mercy, of the kindness act of showing Christ's goodness to others is so important, because again, when we choose to maybe be filled with anger or hatred, to be judgmental towards others, that will only compound itself and increase. But again, on the flip side, the more we choose to love, to serve, to bless as Christ has done those for us, the more that will compound itself as well. So again, right now, my encouragement to us is to choose goodness, to choose love, to choose mercy, to choose the way of Christ, even in the smallest decisions, and see the big difference that will make in our overall life. So again, God bless you. May He walk with you. May He give you a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.